like my YouTube channel, subscribe, and share.
Welcome, everybody, to Kimberly Speaking podcast. And today we have a very special guest, Dr. Monica Jackson-Buxton, a dynamic force from Rural Hall, North Carolina. And she embodies a myriad of roles: trainer, entrepreneurial, wife, mother, mentor, speaker, and adjunct professor. Welcome, Monica, girl.
Hello. I just try my best to do it all. It comes up in my head, and I said, we just gonna do it. Yes, ma'am.
I know that's right, girl. You gotta let them use you. I'm so glad you are here today. Well, tell the guests a little bit about yourself.
Well, again, my name is Monica Jackson-Buxton. I am the wife and mother of a wonderful husband, 2 boys and 1 girl. The Lord, I birthed 1 and blessed me with 2 and have 2 grandbabies. I have been in human resources for 23 years. I love it. I work for a broadcast company, and so I'm learning even more of the industry because I always worked in manufacturing. So it's good to branch out and learn different things. Yeah. I have a couple of degrees. I have an undergrad, a master, 2 undergrads, a master's, and a doctorate. And so before I leave the earth, my thing was my retirement job was going to teach school. And so it took a minute, but it's in God's time. I just completed teaching my first graduate level course for Strayer University. I submitted grades last week, and they didn't give me 1 class. They gave me 2. So just small little accomplishments. On my job, I work as an HR director, and I love it. I deal with employee relations, helping people identify where they are and figure out how we're going to fix this, because I'm going to need you to go back to work. So that's my job, right? Once I get them in. And so one good thing that has also come from this opportunity is I am the mentor for a G group, Employee Research Group. And I have the division people of color. There's one for young leaders. There's one for women. So being able to do that, that's amazing. Like we opened it up for the entire company, and we have people from all different nationalities that work with us. I learned, what does Juneteenth mean? And when I say people that didn't look like me that were in the room, they were so glad to be there. You know how sometimes you really want to ask a question, but you're like, no. And it was so warm. Like even one lady, she's going to go to church with me. And,
man, look at that.
And she was like, well, would it be okay? I said, yes, ma'am. Keep on, you're going to be a member. That's what you're going to be.
I know that's right.
So all of that, I plan weddings. I'm launching a business that is 4 pillars. It's going to be 2 profits and 2 for-profits, and it's called the Ultimate Her Experience. That's my new baby. I had to find myself, and in finding myself, there was some things as a woman that I wasn't doing, investing in me. Oh my God. When you invest in yourself, we'll talk about that later, but I'm telling you that there's nothing like it. There was nothing like it. So with the program, we have the ultimate fit, because as women, we do everything for everybody, but we don't take care of ourselves. From there, we're going to entrepreneurship, and we're doing that because, you know, the babies call and they need these. My son plays ball, Fayetteville. You know, when he say he needs some cleats, you know, you got to have $200.
Come on.
And sometimes when that regular 9 to 5, you got other things allocated. Everybody, whatever it is, because I sell paparazzi accessories. I love it. Boy, my entire room downstairs is that, but that may not be for everybody. And my goal is to help women find what is it that they want? What do they need? The next one is the ultimate impact. You cannot grow, you cannot build if you don't have a good network. You can't even bless anybody if you sit at your house every day. So the ultimate impact is being able to partner and join with like-minded, you know, mostly women, but, you know, people to make sure that you're making those connections, because you never know. You know, we just talk. There's some things that we want to do. And I'm like, you know what? We just might be able to be a powerhouse together. Because I'm a person, whatever I got, you can have it. Because you still got to put the work in. So that does not bother me at all. And the last pillar is the ultimate wisdom. So when it comes to my youth and my women that want to go back to school, you know, my tease me. They say, Monica, you know you a nerd. And I am. And, you know, really, we all are nerds. When it's something that you really want to know about, you will watch a YouTube. And that's life. And so that I just went and got formal education, but I had a goal. And so when you put all those 4 things together, it makes a difference. It even helps with my marriage, because at that point I became balanced. And then certain things I started doing, my husband started doing them with me. Or built the conversation between the two, getting their opinion, their buy-in. So that's where I am right now. I don't know if I have anything else. Well, I do have a couple of things. I'm a part of Water Incorporated. And June 9th, I was blessed and honored to be inducted in Top Ladies of Distinction. So in Gastonia, North Carolina, I am the Greater Gastonia Chapter President. And so that is one of those things that, you know, we can talk about when it comes to that leadership, that wisdom. You put yourself in positions where you're not at the same level. You got to reach higher to feel that push, to learn some more, to make sure that you're going above and beyond where you've already been. Because you won't be, you continue to do the same, like they say, do the same thing over and over, you're going to get the same result. And so when I say it's stretching me, but it's a stretch with a joy. I think that might be it, but I got a gift for gab and I'm something else. But the majority of the things that I do, that's what I do.
So, first of all, when do you rest? Because you working 24 hours a day.
No. Because so what happens is I had to learn with the Ultimate Fit. With the Ultimate Fit, it came about because September 18th, last year, my girlfriend called and said they were having a Divine 9 challenge, the AKAs, Delta, Sigma, Gamma, Zetas, and it was a workout class. You had to commit 12 weeks. I have never committed to anything like this in my life, and it wasn't cardio, it wasn't Zumba, it wasn't a treadmill, it was nothing but weights. So I had I had to stretch myself, because I was like, well, I don't want to look like a man, but being hated and going every day, and and it was a guy trainer, but it was a classroom of women. I went 12 weeks every day, Monday through Thursday. Yes, from 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And so you can imagine being married and having children. You had to pick up the slack. Because by the time I get home, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then it was in Uptown Charlotte. But I mean, I made it a plan. So what I would do is I went to bed I had to learn with my weight training. You have to have rest.
You do.
And that's something I didn't do. I think I'm going to bed at 3 o'clock, get about 4 hours of sleep. I'm good. No, ma'am, you're not good to nobody. You can't pour into anybody because you're not full. But I learned. And so what I did was, my job allowed me to go in at 9, get off at 6, drive to the top of Charlotte, have class, drive back to Gastonia, and do it again. And that was the commitment, because it was free. So if somebody was going to pour and bless me and teach me how to take care of myself, all I had to do was show up. And so
you said a couple of things that I want to expound on. I said, you said a couple of things that I want to expound on. First and foremost, proper sleep. When I tell you, you will be confused, you will be discombobulated, you will be tired, you can't focus, like you're irritable. People don't realize how important the right amount of sleep is. I'm gonna tell you, oh God, that's so important. So that's awesome.
It's not as bad as people that say, oh, I do things real well at the last minute. You're procrastinating and you're avoiding, and you only have one shot to get it right, and that's why you do well. But what would happen if you took the time to lay it out, write it down, consult with other people to get it done? You don't even realize how awesome you would be. And sleep is just that. It's just that, because it taught me the consistency was number one, the determination, and going. And we're talking about everything in your life had to stop. If it went on Monday through Thursday, it was like, don't even call, don't even ask, because it's not going to happen. Because and what happened, when you begin to do things, decent and in order.
Mm-hmm.
When you see results, you're like, oh no,
Yep.
yeah. And that and
Yeah.
then the determination, because then you got your eyes on the goal.
Yeah.
And so that meant meal prepping, going to bed at a certain time, making sure I had all my clothes, because I get up, I have my clothes for the gym, my clothes when I wear to work, and you change your schedule. You remove some things that were not serving you any purpose in any way.
Yeah.
And then you have a support system. Yeah.
Decent and in order. And it's like when you apply that like to one area, it just trickles over into other areas of your life. Girl, you preaching up here today now. Look, I ain't know what's gonna have no sermon now.
No, this is what I tell people. Lord ain't called me yet, but I'm sitting on the bench. I'm just
come on, you ready? Put me in, coach. Listen. Stay ready, you gotta get ready.
There you go.
Girl, I love it. Oh my God. And let me tell you how crazy it is and how divine God works. Okay. So I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. You're in Jackson, North Carolina. Tell me why we had to go all the way to Maryland to meet, girl, and connect.
That was God.
Look at it.
Wait a minute. What happened after you came off the stage?
Let me tell you, girl, I'm gonna tell you, I was so emotional. Let me tell you, and I didn't know, like, I was nervous about telling that story because I really only family and a few people knew, and I wrote about it in my book. But I had never like said it out loud to the public, to people. So I didn't know how I was gonna feel. I didn't know how I was gonna feel. I didn't know how I was gonna be perceived. I didn't know any of those things. And when I got off the stage and just the overwhelming amount of love and support and validation and girl, I was so emotional and I was just like, girl, get yourself together. I was like, what's going on? But it was just such a high.
It was just that good. It was just that good.
Girl, it was an experience. I'm telling you, it was just, and I was so nervous. And I was telling Dr. Marcia, I said, and you don't even know this, but when we did the little icebreaker thingy where we had to like mark the bingo, girl, why I opened my marker, ink spilled all over me. I was like, oh yeah. So I'm already nervous first and foremost. And then, I said, no, devil, nope, you're not finna do this today. I ran to the bathroom, girl. I was wiping that stuff, and you couldn't even really see it. Nobody, except for the people that were at our table, knew. And I was like, you're not finna distract me right now. It was her trying to throw that distraction in there. Yeah. I was like, no, I'm not even gonna let you do this. I said they're gonna see it, they see it, whatever. We finna put this mess, we finna do this today.
Yep.
I was like, oh my gosh, what in the world?
And we met right then.
Yes, and I just wanted to thank you, girl. When you embraced me, it was just like God sent you at the right time. I was like, oh my God, look at God, girl.
You still had to go do your interview.
And I had to get myself together.
And you did.
You helped me so much. And I'll say this, the night before, so I was like, when I tell you I was nervous, like my husband will tell you, I was a mess. Nervous. I was a nervous wreck. And the night before, we had a little meet and greet, some food, and Marcia brought this lady in that was a trafficking survivor. So she was like telling her testimony, just talking, and she said something that got me all the way together, girl. She was like, don't rehearse, don't remember no lines, don't remember no speech. You go out there and you have faith that what needs to be said, like, and I was like, oh, I'm good now, because that was like one of the things that I was nervous about. Oh man, it was just such an experience. I told her, I was like, man, it was an awesome experience.
Well, all you did was you allowed what was in your heart to flow. A lot of times when I go speak, it will be like, tell me the subject. I'm gonna find a story and refer back to something that has happened to my life.
Yes.
That I was able to grow from. I can talk all day.
Yeah.
And that fear is nothing but fuel. It's nothing but fuel. And even if win, lose, or draw, I don't care how you learn something in the process.
You do.
When it comes to that, I'm a little daredevil. I tell all my students, when somebody said, "Can I have a volunteer?" You better raise your hand.
Yeah.
But the first person always get favor.
Mm.
So that's what happens. The first person who volunteers always gets favor. People will never forget them. You go in the spotlight and everybody else just fades away. But that first person who took the courage to do that. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, I do pageants. That's how I was there at the event for you.
Get out of my mind. That was where I was going next. Get out of my mind. I'm like, okay, really? So that's what you're doing. We'll talk about it because that's where I was going next. Look at you.
So what happened was a friend of mine, Stephanie Hurt, she said, you ever thought about being in a pageant? No. And in my mind, and I will be honest and transparent, you feel like you're not pretty enough. You feel like you're not the right size. I don't know how to walk. I don't know how to talk. No, you talk every day. You walk every day. And you embrace where you are because that's where we are at that moment in life. And so I was in a pageant, the Miss Plus America. I didn't win. But what I say, everything I learned, like today I don't have them, even learning to put on lashes.
Wow.
And be prepared to be asked any question in front of a ballroom of people. If I want to be the motivational speaker, the best in this whole little circle right here, you're going to have to be ready. So it was a training ground. So I was asked, they said, you did really good. You got something. If you get some training, you might be dangerous. And so we would like for you to come on and go to the national competition.
Okay.
All right.
I love it.
And certain things, you know how when you're part of something, certain things you're going to check off. Now, this one right here going to mine. I might not get this one.
Yeah.
And so Cover Girl was the one. And it wasn't all about how pretty someone is. It is, I sell paparazzi. I know how to market. I got to follow and I'm going to get them. And I was determined and I won. I went to Texas for the national Miss Plus America. I was 5th in the nation. So I felt like, okay, you did all right.
Awesome.
And I was Cover Girl again because that's the following vote for you. And they vote and then and you see who comes out on top. And so, those small things are your triumphs. And you have to remember in all that you do, like I tell my children, I'm going to need you to learn from the entire journey.
Yeah.
Not the end of the game.
Result,
And so from there, I have a coach. Her name is Donna Morrell. She's in Charlotte. When you Google pageant coaches, the first African-American woman that comes up is this.
Come up. Okay.
And we have become, oh my goodness. Well, she saw something in me that sometimes you don't see in yourself. She said, I want you to be one of my pageant directors. I work in HR. So one skill you have, I call them all transferable.
Listen.
And we had a pageant. We had 16 girls. So that's what I really got into because remember, I first said, no, and that's confidence. That was confidence, the lack of confidence, not believing in me. And so we started out with 18. We ended up with 16. They weren't located here. And to be able to see the onion peel back, we're talking about had been raped or molested, lost jobs, had been in abusive relationships, just gone through some things and not having that confidence level when you say you're nervous. If I can get you through that part, I can. And don't get me wrong, I got to speak tomorrow, just as nervous as I want to be. But you know what? I was called and I answered, and I'm supposed to. And so that's where we are now. So we take young girls. So it wasn't just women. We did women from the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. It was amazing. We did community service, shopping, learning what their color is. Like if I wear pink, and it just brights up your face. And so to be able to do those things, and these women were taking time and investing in themselves. They saw themselves a little different. We have a massage therapist, someone in city council. One lady has moved all the way to Texas. She's teaching now. She's doing a STEM program. One lady has a clothing line. two ladies who 2 of them won national crowns at other. So to see those babies grow up, you know, and I think I'm old because I'll be 55 in August. To see all my grown babies grow up, and and then if they scared, call me. What? Yeah, we're gonna figure that out. That's my job. Yeah, and so now we also have little girls. The women is Carolina Women's Rock. The girls are Carolina Girls Rock. And so even girls, a little girl 6 years old with a suit on, and she crosses her leg, and they tell you, my name is, and I am 5 years old, and when I grow up, I'm going to be blah, blah, blah. You looking like, and she 5.
That's awesome.
And to be able to train them to be that confident, it's like when something comes their way, oh, no, I already know I don't have to put up with that. Or do I need to pour into you? Because see, there's some areas of opportunity right there, and I enjoy it. So that's I forgot that one. That was the other thing that I do.
Oh gosh, that is awesome. Like I love, like we have to get our babies young because you know, growing up, it's so many things. You know, childhood trauma, things, generational curses. They grab you young, and if you can get a hold of that stuff at a younger age. And you ain't got to fight through your teenage and your, early adult years, baby, game changer.
Well, what happens is, even if someone is out for bad and they want to do something, and if they know who they can attack.
Oh, yes.
When you have prepared your child, like my son, well, both of them, wherever they go, when you finish talking, you make sure you got 2 questions. They know when I come to that one, I got to come correct. And when you put that, when that appearance is set, they treat you different. They know that I can't swoo that child, you know, whether it's drugs or whatever it is. No, we have good discussions. So that way you won't have to get educated out there in the street.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. Oh my gosh. Ooh, girl. I love it. Okay, so what do you teach? What subject do you teach?
I teach global human resources, and now that's a graduate level, and also the second class is human resource management. So learning the whole HR system, and it's amazing because I think I have 32 students in one class now, and I have 35. And you know, that was one of those things. I know I wanted to do it. I didn't know how, but I can read, I can watch a video, and I'm going to ask 2 questions. Because here, somebody else started out as the newbie.
Yep, that's true.
And if you're like-minded and there's something that you've done, like I want to write a book and you've written one. I'm going to start talking about like, okay, Kim, what's the IS? You know, okay, hold on. Let me tell you number one, how to say it. And this is where you need to go. I follow instruction. I learned that if I didn't get anything from my doctoral degree, I can find out anything I want. And once I got that in my mind, you can't tell me no different. I had a lady, I said, it's about as bad as a scorned baby mama. You know, when she needs something and she got it, when she wants to make sure her child is taken care of, the Lord gonna give her most of it anyway. Then she gonna go find it. So it's that I look at it like that. And if you take that initiative, because I just started for once in my life, I invested in me. It had a price tag on it. But when the first session, I realized this is where I'm supposed to be. And that was because it was all about me, what I need, where I want to go, what's holding me back, the fears that come in my head, all of that together. When you say overwhelming, when you came off that stage, I was almost in tears because some of the things that were on the inside, I didn't even know they were there. You have a mentor or a coach, they're like, I'm going to pull all that out of you. And you change the way you speak. Those negative thoughts, well, you know, I don't want to hear that. Tell me what you have accomplished and what have you planned. And this changing your language and the people that you're around and you're working with, it's a game changer.
It really is. And speaking of this book, go on and tell us a little bit about it. What is it about? You know, you can get too much into it if you don't want to put too much out there, but like,
Well, with the program, the ultimate her
mm-hmm.
experience, that's the
Mm-hmm.
overarching message.
Mm-hmm.
The first pillar is ultimate fit. I can celebrate now. I've lost 40 pounds.
Oh my God, girl, that is awesome and hard.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not hard. You just haven't been exposed because it is possible. I was exposed. Somebody showed me, and all I had to do was follow the instructions. And so that's what the book is about. Because some people are like, how did you do it? So can you imagine going from a size 18 to an 8?
Oh my God.
When you walk past the mirror, you don't even see yourself the same. I threw away 9 bags of clothes.
Threw away?
Okay. And I know you was going to say that. That's why I paused. I threw them away because they were a spirit holding me down.
Ooh.
Because I'm gonna tell you what happens. And we a lot of women experience this. I have a lot of things that I'm involved in, so you have to look nice. I am a consignment shop to my heart, almost to a junkie. Not a hoarder, but I can you imagine getting ready to go somewhere? You're like, oh, I ain't got nothing to wear. And you say you have a closet full of things, but because we're in the public, you wore the pink dress last week. You wore the black dress.
Ain't that the truth?
And so when you're marketing and doing the things that you need to do, you got to have something else. Well, I'm not going to spend over $100 for a dress. And I can go to Goodwill and get it for $3.99. Get home and put it in the dry cleaner thing and put it in the dryer. And I don't put it on. You think this brand new. And I got some shoes and put on them lashes and I'm ready to go. And so you can imagine how many closets I have filled up. Because, you know, you can get a trash bag full for $100. So what I would do is I said, oh God, you know, I got to do something. What it was, well, if the clothes got too little, I just run and go get me something else. I run and go get something else. I had clothes from size 10 to 18. And the dress sizes kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I said I had to stop because I always had a fallback. If it's too small, if it's too big. Where do you really want to be? What do you really want? So I had to remove them. I had girlfriends who's like, you gave the leather pants away too. You gave the whole suit away. Yeah. But let me tell you how God helped me. That next day I said, oh shoot, I ain't got nothing to wear. I didn't have no pants. I didn't have no pants to wear. Because you know, you can do things with a top, but so I had to run to the store. And so I said, I'm going to go again this weekend to get a couple. When I say the closet was empty, we said there's nothing on that side of the hangers.
Are you serious?
Yes. Because after a while, you start looking sick when you got clothes and it look too big. So what happened was I went home because I'm a person, I can hit 6 Goodwills in a week. I know all the little bougie consignment shops where I can get the little funky. I got some animal print with gold studs around the bottom, sling back. I can't wait to wear them. Yes. I got them for $4.99. Never been worn. Yes. And so what I did, I went to all my little stores and ran into some girlfriends. They said, oh no, Monica, we know how you shop. Go to Dress for Success. They had suits for $10. How about 15? I sure did. Every jacket that had a matching pair of pants. And then I bought 10 blankets. So I have a room downstairs, and that's just my work clothes. But I spent less than $200, and all I got to do is add some shoes. So God opened that door because I had nothing. Yeah, it was a transition, but it was worth it. And it doesn't give me the opportunity where if I fall off, I ain't got nowhere to go back into the gym. Because I don't have that next size to put on. So because it was holding me back, because I always had that fallback, I didn't want to give it to anybody else. So I took all of them and threw them away.
Wow, that is great.
When I say 9 trash bags, I have a little SUV. 9 full trash bags being pushed into the trunk of a car with the back seat down. And when now mind you, I was gonna figure out a way to get him back in my house. My husband said, "Oh no, he made the boys." When I pulled him out the closet, he had my boys put him in the trash bag because he knew he was back. Yep. And it allows me to remember, you're gonna have to keep getting in those clothes. And I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh, girl. Listen, you can do a YouTube video and this consignment shopper, because it's an art to that thing. I can dibble and dabble in it a little bit back in the day. I haven't done it in a long time because I just don't know. I mean, I've been in Charlotte since like 2019, but I don't know a lot about it. It's so big, girl. It's like huge.
That's
I'm
right.
like always seeing other parts. I'm like, okay, this place is enormous.
Where that come from? Yeah. But now the trick is when you go, and I'll tell you that history of that. When I had my son, I was bedridden and broads. So I couldn't eat a lot. And so I never gained a lot of weight. As the baby grew, he just ate off of me. So I didn't gain a whole lot. But when I breastfed, I lost back down like that. I went down to a size 6. I was a 16 and went down to a 6. Just breastfeeding. That wasn't nothing but God. And I couldn't wear anything, underclothes, nothing. Everything was too small. And so that's how I learned how to go shop at consignment shops. And when I go down the row, I know what colors I like, and I know what fabric. I don't touch everything.
Yeah.
And you pick out the colors you want that you think you need to go, and you stay on task. And the day might be a pants day. The day is a dress day. And that's what you do. And I can do a store in about 10 minutes.
What?
Yeah. You don't have to look at it. I ain't got to I don't have to do all that movement. I can go down that row. I can go down all the rows and see what I want. Dresses, I look at the bottom, see how that, yeah, that's good. And I'm good. Yeah, I love it. And then when I find the ones that are like really, really, really nice, girl, I go in there and I have a whole party by myself.
What? Should I have a whole party?
Because then I'm already thinking about where I'm going.
Where you going? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm thinking about that suit I got to wear to work. That dress I'm going to wear to church. So it's in my mind, I'm like, ooh, they ain't ready for that. Yes, they're not ready.
Oh my God. Speaking of church, do you go to church in Gastonia or do you go to church in Charlotte?
Gastonia, Tabernacle. Usually we are from Winston, so we go home to St. Viaten Tabernacle here in Gastonia.
And you were born in North Carolina?
Yep, I was born in High Point, and I grew up in Winston-Salem.
Okay.
Grew up in Winston-Salem. Rural Hall is like the county, like Fort Mill and Rock Hill is.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with High Point. I went there for a couple of events. Some people that I knew were throwing some events there, so that's how I visited High Point. Other than passing through, I had never been there. But yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Like when you go up 85, you go too fast, you're gonna miss it.
If you go too fast. Oh my God, that is crazy, girl. You got so many hats in the world.
Okay, this is what happens. You have an idea, you have a dream, something you want to do. Most people, they marinate on it for a while. My husband is a marinator. Now, it's okay being a marinator, because when he come out, it's terrible. And you're like, oh, they ain't ready. For me, prime example. We gonna put it out there. I was riding to work. I live in Gastonia, but I work in Indian Land, which is out by past Valentine. So it's normally a 40-minute ride. If I go to the gym at 5, come back to the house, change clothes, take a shower, and I don't have the real bad morning traffic because I'm getting there early. Okay.
Okay.
What happens if it comes to my mind? I'm gonna do it. I was watching the video. And the lady said, it's time to take your coaching, your mentoring, your teaching to the next level. Everyone has a story. Go write it down. When you write it down, that is your credibility that will also build your confidence in everything that you do. So that afternoon when I got home, made a little table of contents. I wanted to do one to share my journey about my weight loss.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because it's your story. It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
And so after I got tired of writing, I typed. When I got tired of typing, I used my phone and I used the microphone. And so if it didn't happen, if the book was not good, it didn't matter. The process of putting the strategy together to say, I have a story to tell, and these are the takeaways. And it just started going as I began the whole process. It just started pouring out. I went to lunch and I did some more. That afternoon we had another meeting. Then we were ready to go home. And so riding down the road, I'm driving and I'm just talking to the phone and transcribed it, and then emailed myself. Yeah. And so that is how I attack everything. I'm gonna go find out. So before I started, I watched about 2 or 3 more videos about how to write a book in a weekend.
Yeah.
And when they give you tips, you
gotta take them.
And so now I've charged another girlfriend. You have a story, it's time to tell it. I said, but don't tell the superficial story. You gotta tell people in a way that resonates on where they are.
Yeah.
And I've learned that I cannot stay in the dream mode. I have to take that dream and set a goal, set a time, create a strategy, do a plan, because what that does, that fuels my confidence.
Yeah.
Because if not, then the insecurity set in. When you don't, when you're not accomplishing or continuing to work towards the goal. I was very proud. I got a couple of things I need to do before it's launched. But to say, what? I came home from the airport. I said, baby, guess what I did today? And I told her, well, what took you so long? And I'm looking, really? Can I just get the pat on the back? No, because I've been. Well, what that is when you got the right people in your corner.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear. When you have a good system and you surround yourself with people that have your vested interests, it happens. He think I can walk on water. I said, yeah, I can. The water ain't but 2 inches high, but I'm gonna walk on it all day long.
I know that's right. No, that is awesome, girl. Oh my gosh. So what would you say is your biggest obstacle in activating those dreams and those plans as far as to like the goals you want to accomplish?
Right. My biggest obstacle is I can come up with an idea for anything. We're gonna test it. I can come up with an idea for just about anything. I have to learn after you do that. Let's get out of that phase and move on. My other obstacle is I want to help everybody and I forget about me.
Yeah.
But once I started working with my coach, oh no, ma'am, I'm good enough, and I'm gonna work on me. I will help you, but I gotta take care of me.
Yeah.
And when I do that, because like they say, they always tell us, you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Listen, that part.
Yeah, it's like when your children hungry, you got puppies, right? Well, if you don't have anything to drink, what you gonna give them? They can't eat. Everybody gonna be hungry.
Yeah.
So once I do that, and I have to learn that I can't do everything. And everything that you do is in a season.
Come on.
It's in a season. You can't do them all. Right? Working on the book and my business. My paparazzi is not gone, but I had to put a hold because I need to. There's a lot of things that need to be done. So I have to make sure there's a process. And when I do this and this right here, it's raggedy. It does not turn out good.
It's raggedy.
So I learned I have notebooks for everything, and I ask questions. I will ask somebody. No, and my thing is I don't want anybody to do it for me. Just point me in the right direction.
That part. Yep, that part.
And if people are willing to do a little research and on their own. When you get to someone who has the tea, who has information, do you know how much higher you will go in that one interaction? Because I was going to have a meeting with someone that was going to help to start the book. Well, by the time we had the meeting,
you already knew what you needed.
No,
the book was finished.
We done printed. And so she gave me some points. She said, no, you don't need to register for the program. Because the book was done.
The book was done.
Right.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait till you get that thing out. And like I said, I'm here. I don't know everything, but what I know, I can tell you.
Yeah, and everything I got, if someone really wants it, I give it to you. Because what happens at the end of the day, you still got to do the work. And it's enough out here for everybody. It's
It
enough out here
is.
for
It
everybody.
is.
You just have to
It
make those
is.
connections, and then you have to be a blessing to somebody else. And I promise
Yeah,
you, it'll come back to you.
it absolutely will. Good
Yes.
measure, pressed down. Come on, running over.
Look,
Yes, it
just
will.
come on
Come
now.
on. Yes, that part. No, seriously. But yeah, girl, I love it. I'm so glad the Lord just let our paths cross, honey, on the other side of the world, and we right around the corner from each
I
other.
know
Ain't that crazy?
we this close, and both all the way to Maryland. Yes.
Crazy.
But that meant we were supposed to be there. We were supposed to
And
be
that's what I was telling my friend too. I was like, "You in Durham?" When I found out, because she was sitting with my aunt and my grandmother, and I was like, she was like, "Yeah, she's from Durham." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Girl," but I actually used to live in Raleigh. I lived in Raleigh for a couple of years.
there.
Mhm.
Really?
Yes, and a lot of my family is in Raleigh. I'm always in Raleigh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, we gonna, we already done talked offline. We gonna get some things.
Now, yeah.
Come on, come on. Okay,
Seed, and we just gonna watch it grow.
that's right. That's all we gonna do. Well, honey, let me tell you, this has been a blessing today. I know for me, so I know it's got to be a blessing for somebody else.
It will be. We all have something to share.
Yeah,
And you just pick up what you
absolutely.
need so you can keep running
Okay.
on.
All right, so what's your social media handles, and also send them to me, and I'll put them in with the episode as well, so people can get in contact with you, all your information with all the organizations you work with, so they can reach out to you and just stay in touch and keep a
If
post of everything you got going on.
I'll share them with you. But if you just
Okay.
look for Monica Jackson-Buxton, and sometimes that's hard for people to say. It's Buxton.
Yeah.
The Lord gave me
Uh-huh.
that married name, but
Okay.
you're not gonna find no other one because that last name is special. Monica Jackson.
Very.
And on that page, everything you're gonna need to see.
Mm-hmm.
The web page is gonna be launched.
Okay.
We're finishing up because I'm learning, so I can continue to keep it up. And it's been going good, and I just enjoy it. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, honey. Well, you're doing big things out here for the Lord, and just continue to let Him use you, because we are definitely going to be in touch. And if there is anything that I can ever do, anything that you need from me, you got my number, you got my email, you got all my contacts. So just reach out, honey, and if I can do it, I'll do it. But we gonna network, and we gonna get some things popping.
I
But
sure will. It was a blessing because I got to hear you speak, and you shared your story. You were transparent. You met the people in the room where they were. It wasn't at the point where you have already overcome. You gave the story from deep down in the belly, and being able to do that and connect with people, it makes a difference. So for you to ask me to come and meet with you on here, it touched me. I've been waiting, and I said I can't wait till I go back to my class. Because even though I teach, I have and I am a professor. It's good to be fed as well.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yep. And so today you've made that happen.
Oh, girl, stop. I'm a big old crybaby. But I my husband tell me, he be like, really? I'm like, listen, don't judge me.
Yeah, I'm just telling you how it is. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, honey, I'm just so glad that the Lord brought you into my life. And like I said, once again, I appreciate you coming, because some people don't respond, some people don't want to come, and I'm like, that's cool. But the people that are supposed to be here, they be here. So I knew you definitely are one that was supposed to be here, because He wouldn't have connected us the way He did. So I thank God for that kingdom connection. And I just want to thank you, like I said again, for coming today. It's been a huge blessing.
Anytime you need me, you just let me know, and hopefully the next phase will be for us to do something in person.
It will be, and it's gonna be.
Amen. That's
it.
it.
That thing out into the atmosphere.
Enough said.
That part. Well, guys, thank you again for tuning in. Until we speak again, be blessed. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications. Kimberly Speaking 8062 at YouTube. Bye.
All righty.